I'll be ready in just a minute. All right, welcome to Hangman Tarot. Let me make sure this is all set up. Okay. Okay, we're doing singles and non-singles. We are starting off with Leo. Were we on Virgo yesterday? I'm not sure. Yeah, so we got all the way into Leo. All right. Okay, we're going to do our Virgo reading, and we're going to do Virgo singles reading first, and then we'll do if you're in a relationship. And again, this is Hangman Tarot. Welcome to it. Thanks for joining if you're joining for the live. Thanks for coming back if you're just checking in on the content on YouTube, which is the YouTube channel. Go check it out. Subscribe if you would, please, and thank you. Otherwise, you can also go ahead and check out all the links in the description box. Those will take you to a specific social media, and you can go share, like, and follow, especially if you dig it, you like it. Let's see. I don't want the fan in the way here. Whoop, just dropped it. Okay. All right, we're going to find some things out in the past having to do with a past love connection, Virgo. So we're going to figure out a little bit about that first. Let me plug in my mic real quick because I don't think it's on. Nope. Okay. There we go. Probably can hear me a little bit better. All right. All right, so we're going to find out about a past love relationship and maybe why you are blocked from moving forward, or if you're even blocked, or if there's some things that are actually holding you back because of that relationship. So we'll start with that before we start with anything. And these are singles. This is for our singles, Virgo. adjust all the stuff. God. Good. Gosh, there's just so much to do when you're setting up for these things. You can't just start card reading. It's a hot mess some days. Okay. Virgo singles. Finding out about a past love to begin with. And any roadblocks with this past love that might be making it so that you cannot create a movement forward. Okay, I gotta fix this real quick. Okay, I think that'll be better. There we go. There. All right. All right, there we go. Okay. These phones just don't do what they're supposed to do. We'll figure it out in a minute, hopefully. Okay, whatever. Whatever! We're just gonna keep going. We're just gonna move through. I just don't know why it wouldn't rotate for us. Okay. Obviously doesn't want to, so we're not going to care about that anymore. I tried. I really was trying. I was trying to be, you know, a big cam recorder star person. What is that, a director? Okay. So got 8 of water, or 8 of cups, excuse me. That is in reverse. And then we have our King of Pentacles upright. All right. So in the past, some type of a relationship in which you were just like walking away from, maybe they walked away from you. In either case, it is definitely going to be an earth sign or a water sign. So things that are holding you back, Virgo, is the fact that you just do not want to get hurt again. So you have a whole idea that like you don't need any more risks. You don't want to deal with this drama. You don't want to deal with the drama maybe of dealing with a relationship. You are in some type of a leadership role also, maybe very disciplined, working on the wealth, working on the security from the wealth. So there's a lot of things going on. You have a lot of things going on for you. So it doesn't look bad. So just because we don't have a relationship, honestly, doesn't mean anything until that it's that time. You know, you're in this creative, goal-oriented place. I would just stay right there if I were you too. There. All right. Again, don't mind my house. I'm moving at the moment, so it's a little bit of a mess. All right. So just the whole healing factor, 6 of Cups upright, the whole healing factor and confident factor is definitely a roadblock. And this is something that is definitely going to hold you in the past. So there's a past issue that holds you back and you haven't really healed completely. And you're very much post-breakup, whether this breakup was just recently or whether it was like, 5 years ago, you're still like just healing from that post-breakup. You're in the midst of it still. You're just dealing with some memories, nostalgia, just some things that come with a breakup. And the confidence, you do seek love, but at the moment that's holding you back, the confidence thing. So again, this is definitely going from this was a water and earth sign for that past love. Got 4 of Wands, 10 of Wands, upright. So you do have something coming up. It is definitely a fire sign, but it is coming up, some type of a project or something of celebration. Maybe somebody in your clan or your community or your group, you guys are all in efforts together, and you actually might even know this person because they work with you, or they're in this group with you, or this community. But you're going to get to a place where it's just going to be a rejoicing. There's going to be a party. It's definitely going to be something to be excited about. So just kind of like feeling the good times after a lot of hard work, being leader, being, just very disciplined in whatever it is that your journey was on. Yeah, so just getting into the potential future, getting into a place that isn't as comfortable as you would like it. So there will be some tough times ahead as far as relationships go, with this fire sign that you have within your life. This person could be in your life, or somebody that you actually haven't met yet, or maybe you have. I feel like you're not quite there yet though. Yeah, so you'll be really impulsive in this relationship, almost like feeling like in addictions. It'll be a huge transition in your life because it is a major arcana card. But as far as this person goes, they could even be a Capricorn. There's a lot of fears that will go into this relationship, a lot of things that just like basically either you or them just that you don't want to lead the situation. It's almost like that's probably you, because you're more in the place of not having any control in the situation. And again, it's just about impulses and just kind of running on those fears still from the past. All right, Virgo, we're going to move into your relationship, Virgo. So if you are in a relationship and you're a Virgo, this reading will be for you. All right, we're going to find out a little about them, a little about you, and a little about the relationship that you're in. Maybe some advice that the tarot can give you, and a likely outcome into the future with this relationship, or maybe without it. All right, Virgo, relationships with Virgo. Tell me a little bit about them, you. Relationship, likely outcome here. All right, potentially in a relationship with some type of a water sign. Ooh, good Lord. Definitely going to be an air or water sign. Okay, the relationship is all about addressing kind of the things that you hold back. So you're definitely holding some things back here when it comes to this specific relationship that you're in, Virgo. And even though you want to change things, things feel very difficult for you at this moment, and you're like, I just don't want to deal with it. I just, I want to hold back. I'm going to sit back here and be quiet while everything kind of progresses or, leads somewhere. I'm going to stay over here. I'm not going to fuck around. But the individual that you're with is extremely overwhelmed by the choices they have to make in the relationship. And again, that's probably because you are holding back. And there's a lot of personal values that are in question or being considered or having to be dealt with this person. Yeah, because you're just holding, you have a lot of self-restraint in the relationship. And it's almost as if you're in like a really good place, like as far as your health and your energy, and you're renewed, but the balance within yourself and your life really isn't showing up in this relationship. It's almost like you're not taking your part of the deal here. It's like you're holding back just enough to not really be noticed, but they're starting to notice because they're getting overwhelmed by the idea that they're actually having to deal with everything now. And they're starting to feel it, whether you know it or not. You're not very far into this relationship either. Almost like in a place for them, though. So that's what's really crazy about it, is you're actually in a place where, you know, you just start meeting somebody and you're with them for just, you know, maybe a few months. You just still kind of feel, you know, a certain way. They're feeling like they're almost at the end of the relationship. So that's how heavy things are, how heavy things become for them. So, I mean, if that's to show anything, that's what that'll show you. Yeah, so just some advice from tarot is just kind of to nurture the relationship if you want it to grow in a beautiful way. You're really going to need to nurture it, really get into that acting and caring with compassion, and really pouring your efforts into this relationship so that it can be as balanced as you feel on the inside. You want that to reflect in the relationship you're in. So there's going to be a quick turn of events, and that's the likely outcome here. Likely outcome is definitely going to be delayed. Whether that moves it forward quicker, or it might delay it and make it, you know, kind of linger, and it'll take a little bit longer, so there will be more suffering. But the response to the changes will be really, really quick, either by them or you. But this is definitely going to be something that you're going to have to like get used to it being different. So like whatever plan you have, cross it out, because the plan of action is going to change, especially the more that you wait or the quicker that it gets. You really need to watch and be, you know, open-minded, but understand that there will be deception underneath. That'll be the underneath layer of this. I'm going to try and pull another card on kind of what leads into maybe the outcome here, the breakup maybe. Or maybe it pushes you further into nurturing and growing the relationship. But as of right now, you're really not dealing with the relationship anyway. So it's almost like it's a burden to you, it feels like. Or maybe you're just too scared. Because that self-restraint, it's almost like you're healthy, so you know something when it's good. Maybe they're just not good for you. Yeah, so you're just, it's boring to you. This relationship is definitely boring. Somebody in the situation is probably a little stubborn, probably a little obsessive. By the end of this, it'll be, you know, come into a more positive turn of events. Not to say that you will or will not break up, but however you do this, taking it advice to nurture it and grow it, that could lead you to a breakup. That could lead you to stay together. It's just kind of up to the both of you and kind of where it leads. It might be too late, and it might be just right on time. So again, that is just how that resonates for you, Virgo. Those are who are in a relationship, and however you kind of steer the rest of this and kind of guide it into, you know, where you want it to go. All right, we are going to go move into Libra, singles. I am a little slothy today. I'm not feeling very good. So please excuse the immune system's trying to fight something off. It's just, it feels terrible. I don't know what it is. And I'm trying to move at the same time. Pack, you know, mother, please bear with me. Okay. All right, Libra. We are going to find out a little bit about the past lover that you might have had that is going to actually get in the way of moving forward. Now, this might block you forward, not because they're around, but because, you know, breakups, they will leave residual signs, or they'll leave, things will linger afterwards. And then we're going to find out a little bit about any issues that might be getting kind of in the way, coming in from the past and affecting the potential of the moving forward. So the last relationship that Libra was messing with was most definitely an earth sign, could potentially be an earth sign, or even specifically a Taurus or air. Okay. All right. So the last relationship that you were in definitely reached its completion, and probably times 2. I mean, whatever that means. It looked and it appeared like it was a stable home. It appeared that it was, everything was fine, but that wasn't actually the case. But you were at the end here. You were at the ending of a cycle of a long-term relationship, and it was just time to move ahead. Some things, that might kind of block you from moving forward in another relationship, or something that you're dealing with in your new relationship, is definitely some type of personal beliefs. So you have some personal beliefs. You kind of trust your own guidance. You're kind of your own guru type. But these beliefs in challenging society kind of go against what this person in this new relationship, what they believe. So their belief system is set up differently, and they're in a different box. You're in another box, something a little more open, because you're really very much into that trusting the innerness of yourself, very much into the wisdom and teachings of things. But you're not so you're holding things back, not purposely, but you're holding things back. You're not actually addressing them currently. And these are issues that are in your relationship now, or in a relationship if you're moving forward. So basically, the things that you hold back are the things that are going to kind of accumulate and create some problems. Just, that shift or movement or transition or, change in general is fucking hard, but it's got to be done, and you just don't want to do it because it's hard. I mean, everything's hard if you really think about it. Like, it's hard and then you get happy real quick, or it's hard and it's just going to keep getting harder. So some things that are coming up ahead here is definitely a time to pause. So singles, you're definitely making more time to focus. So you're actually not going to be in a relationship super quick, or you might be coming out of a relationship quickly here. Even within, because this could be the ending of a cycle. This could actually, so basically, if you're just getting out of a relationship, you're just beginning this quiet time, this focus, this reflection, this time to have for yourself. If you haven't been in a relationship, you're actually going to be getting into one really quickly. So use these last little bits of quiet time to have those moments with yourself, to get to know yourself and to heal. Working into a connection that's maybe time to end. Okay, so you're definitely at an ending for a relationship that you're within. So you're just, 9 of Swords upright is indicating you have a lot of repressed images, thoughts. You're actually repressing so much. You're not even addressing the things that you actually hold back, the things that you consciously are aware of, but you're definitely finding yourself in a repressed place, spiritually, emotionally, and you're just not expressing yourself. You're troubled by dreams, anxiety, a lot of it built up from anxiety, but there is a connection that probably needs to be ended, and that would be why. Because it is time for that focus, and that is time to, end one cycle and begin a new one. So that is the potential future that you have coming up here. So singles, those of you that are in a relationship, it is about time for some, you time, healing time, and that, that relationship that you might have been in, it's going to end, and you're going to have time to do that. All right, let's move into our Libra non-singles. Okay. All right, non-singles, we're going to find out a little bit about you and a little bit about them. They could be an air sign, could be a Capricorn. Or a water sign. Okay, so this relationship is lacking desire. It's in a place where it's just kind of like ready to take a minute and reflect. So basically, you're in a 4 cups upright. So we are definitely finding yourself in lack of motivation as far as a relationship goes. And this is like in the place, in the period where you need to just like reevaluate the actual relationship, the both of you. They're in a place where they're just kind of like repressing everything emotionally, not talking about things, 9 of Swords upright. The connection, they feel like it's time to end. You're actually feeling like you're in a transition as well. So, I mean, that could also mean the same thing for you, but you know that either it's new or an ending, but you know that there's another beginning. So you're, kind of looking ahead here and just not wanting to attach yourself to anything like super toxic or something that might be just bad for you. So you're cutting out bad shit in your life. Why not just, snip that relationship that you have here and keep it moving forward? Because, I mean, they're on the same boat. They're in the same boat here. Got cards flying around. Okay. So the whole idea here is the idea that we have the strength to carry or to move forward in our relationships. Well, there's a lot of things when it comes to being strong, but sometimes we're just like powerless in the situation, especially if this relationship is actually just kind of like moving around sluggish and super aggressive. It's very insecure within the relationship. It's very much empty. It's just low energy. There's a lot of doubt in it. I mean, there's a lot of things you want to hang around, but that is not one of them. Yeah, so there's some type of a deception within this relationship. 7 of Swords reversed. This could be delayed all the way up until you guys, if you guys were to just maintain this relationship and keep moving, you would get into a place where you were almost near the completion of the relationship. But it's like, there's actually something going on here. So there's a different plan. There's going to need to be a different plan of action here because there's something going on, something of a deception, I can't talk today. Something of deception. Jeez. So just respond quickly when you do find these things out. Or, maybe it's you who's holding back something. Let's get a little more clarity on this. Yeah, so Queen of Swords is just keep moving through your loss. Because there will be a loss here. So you might as well get it over with and move fucking through. Get it over with and cut it off. All right, so let's move forward. We're going to go into our... Did I do these? I don't even remember anymore. No. Okay. All right. Scorpio's next. And we will do our singles. While I'm doing this, make sure that you go ahead and you check out Hangman Tarot. Go ahead and subscribe to it. If you like it, hit that bell button so you don't miss any of the notifications with me. Also, go check out all those links in the description box. They'll be social media. You'll be able to go share, like, and follow each of those. Okay. All right. It's official. We're going to move into that Scorpio one. Scorpio, this is for singles. We're going to look at a past love or a past, relationship. I feel like my table is like shaking my camera. Just give me a second here. It's just ridiculous today. Okay. All right. And we're going to find out some things, any kind of blocks or lingerings that might keep you from moving forward ahead in your life. Also, any issues that might be holding you back from this forward movement, we're going to find those things out in a potential future for those of you that are single Scorpios. I'm single and ready to mingle. It doesn't want to do it. Nobody wants to do it. Why doesn't anybody want to do it? Okay. What's going on? Everybody's at the endings of their relationship here today. Okay. Okay. We're dealing here with quite a big transition. So you are dealing with a pretty big transition, Scorpio, as far as being single and maybe ready or not ready to mingle. So we're going to find that out. This is going to be of an air sign, most definitely for your other person, especially the one in the past. In the past, you were very resistant to change, and there was a whole personal thing and embrace, not just from you, but like from the person you are with. They were embracing the idea that you would change. So it was almost like you were like, I'm open arms to change, but it was like you weren't. So you weren't actually doing that. And you were trying to start over with this person. So you definitely had like a second chance with this person, which was really delaying this situation. But you were in a place where you were dealing with this person numerous different times, maybe once, twice, 3 times, who knows. But it was a starting over period. You were supposed to make a personal change. You were a little, with this Earth card, it's King of Pentacles. So this could be Earth sign too. This King of Pentacles was definitely showing that there was a lot of stubborn within you. Maybe some sort of an obsession, whether you or them. But there was also some money being spent, and there was a lot of material things going on. So it was almost like you're financially inept. You were not personally changing the way that you said you were going to. So things were just not like changing or turning around for you. It wasn't just you. It was for both of you or whomever you were dealing with. And it just wasn't happening. Quickly thereafter, some roadblocks that were ahead here trying to move forward. Yes, you were. But there were some legal issues that you thought were behind you. Maybe were kind of creeping up, and you were dealing with those types of things. And a choice was made, and it was like that past came back, or some type of past person came back, and you might be dealing with those people at the moment. But whatever it is, this roadblock definitely was holding you back, was just assuming responsibility in that last relationship. So you're definitely assuming all that responsibility. But again, somebody else comes back from the past, who knows what it was, and you had to make a choice. And that, whether either of those know it, you made a choice. And again, those legal issues were kind of sneaking up behind you, or else you were just kind of like seeking some sort of justice within and around yourself. Any of the issues that you were kind of holding to kind of move into a relationship, or to move into a relationship here currently or ahead, the hostility that you hold is undervalued in relationships, and that is something that you really need to rid of and deal with. Understanding why you're hostile, understanding why you're angry, and then going into why am I sad. Those are really good things that you can ask yourself and deal with. But these are something that keeps you from your own self, this hostility. Not only you, but the other person or the other people or whatever. And you're definitely into, kind of playing games, and you're definitely into gossiping. So you want to make sure you check in with that, because there is some wound. There's a wound within you, and that is going to hold you back from moving forward. And that wound is creating a lot of hostility, a lot. I don't know why that just shut off. Okay, so within the future here, though, the potential outcome of the situation is just that you're lying to yourself if you think that you're making a good choice or wrong choice. You're lying to yourself because you have an illusion of what you are or what the person is in the future or the person that you hold at the moment. You are in a Ten of Swords reverse, so you would be in a new beginning or you would be in an ending. I'm having a feeling because this King of Swords is reverse also. I just feel like you're with this person already, which is weird because this is supposed to be singles. And you make a lot of excuses for your partner, and you're lying to yourself when it comes to the illusion that you've created for yourself and your partner and in your relationship. But it does hold you back, and that hostility, that is a part of this. This is that wound we were just talking about. When you take that into a new relationship, you take that old energy from the old relationship, you put it in the new one. Girl, bye. You ain't got a fucking chance. Neither does that other person. So get the fuck out. Go heal yourself, Scorpio, before you get involved again so that you don't fuck up in the next one. I'm just saying. A little hard love never hurt anybody. But don't be fucking taking that shit out on the new person. I will say that. That ain't fun. That ain't cute. That's not funny. It's not popular. It's not a good time. It's hostile. And it's not very nice. I'm just going to say... All right, so we're going to move into Scorpio non-singles. All right, Scorpio non-singles for you. We're going to find out a little bit about your person. We're going to find out about you and the relationship that you hold. So some of these singles are already dealing with people. That shows up in the cards, and the numbers don't lie on the cards because the numbers are the things that are telling me where they're at. It kind of gives me the layer in which they are at, like as far as like where are they at in the relationship, where are they at in life, you know, and so the cards are just indicating that though. So let's find out where Scorpio is in this long-term relationship maybe. Get a little advice from the tarot, and then we'll move into a likely outcome for Scorpio. All right. So when we talking about your other person, we're talking about an air sign, definitely dealing with lots of delay within this relationship. We're about in the midst of the relationship, about the middle of the relationship. So you have been seeing this person for a while now, enough to say, yeah, you know for sure to break up, or you know for sure to stay together and work on things. So you do have hopes and wishes, but you're not expressing them. So they're actually just not being said here, especially through the other individual. And you have no control in this relationship. And I think you know that. You do want to take a stance in the whole situation. You want to take a stance in, you know, what is happening, the assumptions, but there's some sort of betrayal within you. And it's dipping into that self-control. It's dipping into that self-image or that insecurity. So the betrayal that you're holding on to is like a wound. Again, this is coming up in this reading because, again, this is Scorpio. There might have been some type of a wound to begin with. That's in the relationship now, but it's not a part of this. So this is a new relationship, old fucking energy. Yeah, and your other person is just extremely weighed down, heavily weighed down emotionally. They're bogged down and they're wallowing in pain. They're depressed. They're upset. They're like screaming for your effort. They're screaming for your attention, but you're too into your wound. You're too into your insecurity to even hear them. But they're fucking withdrawn from the situation. They're already gone. They don't deal well with loss either. So this is something that they'll have to right out the ass, you know? They got to get it out. They got to be done. That's all. They got to cut it off. And that's where these delays are coming in. Again, more delay cards. So the whole relationship has been delayed again because of these new ways of thinking, negative or positive. This is what's happening. Internally, there is no harmony in this relationship in the inside. There's no connection for that. There's no path to each other. There's no cozy. You're not comfortable anymore. It's hogwash. Something is happening in this relationship, and it has a lot to do with Scorpio. It has a lot to do with that wound that you're carrying. Yeah, so financially, you have a new beginning financially. That's also in delay because there's just maybe some overspending going on. But, and it's in the very beginnings of your job. That's all in the very beginning of things. The outcome of this is likely finding some renewed energy here, Scorpio. So finding yourself in a place of self-restraint. And this could mean you find balance because you rid of the other human being and you take care of your own self, or you take care of your wound and the other person becomes super patient and all of a sudden you guys are good to go, which would be really rad. But again, sometimes that does not happen and it is in the middle of the relationship. So it might even just be close enough to closing time on the relationship to just kind of keep it moving. Yeah, so you're just, the outcome here likely is going to be the fact that you are just not able to get it together, and neither are they. You two are both very emotionally immature or not inept at all here. So you are definitely sponging off each other. You're kind of energy sponging, financially sponging, whichever resonates with you. You guys are just kind of like hoovering each other as much as you can, but you guys are exhausted. I'm getting tired talking about Scorpio's reading. So we're going to move on. All right, Sagittarius. We got Sagittarius reading single. Let me write that down. Okay. Okay, let's get it going. Sagittarius. We have Sagittarius. This is our singles reading. All right. We're going to find out a little bit about your past love, past relationship, some roadblocks in the way from that relationship, trying to, get in the way of life. And then we're going to find out some things, issues that might be getting in the way of actually moving forward into relationships. And a finale, of course. All right. Okay, so super insecure person you were dealing with. They were super immature emotionally as far as an individual goes. For you, Sagittarius, things were kind of just taking forever in this relationship. You felt like they might be lacking spiritual growth. They felt like maybe you were. There was just like a whole lot of frustration, but you were extremely frustrated with the person in this relationship, this water or air sign that you were dealing with. There was a lot of delays because this was a very insecure person that you were dealing with, immature. They felt like you were neglecting, you felt like they were just neglected, period. Let's find out a little more about some roadblocks from the relationship. So financially, you got into a good space because of the space that you got from the relationship. So financially, you were able to work on your shit. This might have affected the courage that you carry usually. It might have affected the security that you carry. This relationship definitely got into your ideas of passion and compassion and love. So you're kind of walking around almost like a built zombie from the relationship. So it made you into this person, this built zombie, and you're like, love sucks. That's just what I'm getting in my brain right now. And yeah, so you didn't deal with the loss very well, and that's creating some issues to make you move forward. So you're just very much in that wallowing in the pain. So again, is that emotional zombie. That relationship is the thing that helped build that. You'll get out of that, but you are definitely withdrawn from that situation. You're withdrawn in general. And that will definitely stop you from moving forward, whether it's into a relationship or just moving forward. But you are focusing on your coin. All right, so you may have a little bit of a Taurus or an earth sign ahead here. So this person is pretty traditional. They're spiritual. They could even be religious. They could even be a teacher type. But they are that person. So there's somebody who is going to teach you something, or they are a teacher, or you know that they teach themselves, or however, self-taught. They do have a trusting circle. No, yeah, they do. You have something going on around you in which you need to watch your back because you have a very untrusting circle around you. And you have somewhat of an issue. And this could actually be an issue with this person. So this might not even be a relationship. This doesn't feel like a relationship at all. It's just like... So Sagittarius, this is definitely an issue with a friend. This isn't a relationship. I'm sorry. I don't have a card for that. So this is where it came. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Your friend stole this reading and now we know. So there's an issue here with a friend. They are an earth sign or a Taurus specifically. Again, they are that type. But it's almost like you have an issue with them. So there's something untrusting going on around you. And the joy with this friend or the really rad relationship that you had with this friend, it is gone. That was in the past. That was of the past. So watch your ass, Sagittarius. Keep it moving forward, but don't play into it. Allow it to resonate where it does. Just allow it to fall into place. But understand that we only say the things that we can trust everybody in the world knowing. We only say those things out loud. Otherwise, don't say shit. Otherwise, be quiet. Okay. Sagittarius, non-singles. Well, for the love. Oh, Frank. Hold on. Come on. Okay. My dog needs to go out like a million times. I don't know what on earth. Like, how many times you gotta go outside? I think he just can't make his mind up sometimes. And he's like, I don't like want to be out there. It's hot, but I don't specifically like it inside because it's freezing. Okay. So non-single Sagittarius. One more shuffle on that. All right. Sagittarius, non-single. So this relationship, we're going to find out a little bit about you and a little bit about them. Okay? And then we will move. Girl, just throwing shit at me. Hold on. I got to gather these the right way. Ugh. Okay. So you are the positives, this star upright. So you're the positive, you're, pretty joyful, you're warm, you're inviting. you're with somebody who's extremely focused. Mentally, they're pretty clear. They have, you know, a strength about them. They're pretty emotional, though, not in a bad sense, I don't think. I feel like you've definitely, for a outcome or this relationship in general, it's definitely a level up. It's destiny. I feel like it's super successful. There is a money increase here, and that always helps to alleviate any kind of like pressures on a relationship. It helps to alleviate that. Yeah. It's almost like you two feel just like you're both very lucky to have found each other. You feel very lucky. And you feel as if like planting seeds, this is where it begins. This is a new beginning. You get to kind of take on a new role as, you know, not being single anymore. And you get to take on a new role beginning this relationship. Because as of right now, you could do anything with it. And that's kind of what you're thinking. It's a turning point. It's Wheel of Upright. So you have 2 major arcana cards in this. So this is a huge transition in your life, big enough to kind of like make a rift or make some kind of a scar here. So the only advice here is just there are some intense mental pains for you because they're pretty mentally sturdy. They're stable. They're secure. They're strong. They have a lot of discipline about them. They're emotional, but they're able to keep it in check. But you, on the other hand, have some mental pains. So you have some things going on that you just cannot clear up within yourself. But the best advice Tarot here wants to give is to just, the suffering is due to not this situation. So you need to make sure that you alleviate this by changing the belief system. This square that we think we need to be in because this is what we believe. Well, get out of it because you can believe everything. Let's just believe everything and just go off that, okay? You can believe in all things. But it's almost like you feel like you need to be this honesty that goes around solving everything and stay in this box of belief and values. And it's like, what if you were to not have to be in that box? Do you think maybe you wouldn't be in as much of a rift in the mind? Could you hop out of that box and just, you know, be something or feel something different that, you know, every other day? Do you think that would alleviate maybe the stagnation? Who knows? But whatever this is, the intense mental pains, that is something that you'll need to work on to remain in this relationship. A really nice outcome to this relationship is finding stillness in this relationship. You're finding focus in this relationship. That potential outcome is just guidance. You two are just doing a lot of inner work here. And this is, you know, almost, it feels like you're almost there, but you're quite not, okay? So don't, you know, get excited. Don't get too excited. Don't count your chickens before they're hatched. You don't want to do that. I mean, you don't even want to count your yolks before they're hatched because sometimes the yolk has really gross stuff in it or there could be a chicken in there. I'm just saying. You do have a really rad partner, so keep that in mind and keep moving forward. Stop fucking around with those mental stagnations. Don't get bored and lonely because you want to believe in only one thing. I don't know if that was a nice accent or not. Okay, Sagittarius, let's do our Capricorn. All right. Let's start. We got Capricorn singles reading. Remember to go to my YouTube channel, Hanged Man Tarot. Hit subscribe. Check in with that bell so you get all the notifications with Hangman Tarot. And you don't miss a thing. Also, go check all those little links in the description box so that you are able to go share, like, and follow. If you would, please and thank you. I'd very much appreciate it. It took me about a year to make that all. It felt like it. All that writing. All that writing, and for what? And for what? For you to not share and like it. Okay, so this last relationship that you were dealing with could have been a water sign, could have been an Aries. Wow, I'm definitely thinking Aries, though. Some kind of earth sign, maybe. Water sign, earth sign, or Aries. Okay, so the previous love ship or whatever ship that you were in, you had an inner happiness, nothing too big there. But it was almost like dealing with this person for you felt like an indulgence. It was like, you know, eating a really rare ice cream or cheese, or, you know, having a really expensive wine. And it just was not actually fulfilling you. And the desires that you had were not being met, because you were actually just dealing with this individual because they were an indulgence, because they were something fancy for you to kiss and hug and love. But it was not fulfilling for you because they had nothing of the sort in common with you. Okay? Yeah, so they felt like there was a lot of dependence there on them, or they felt dependent on you for something. Yeah, they felt a huge focus on themselves. And creatively, they were being stunted in this relationship. They were very much a beautiful individual, but there was a lot of dependence on others here. It was huge, huge. And they have body issues. However that goes, or wherever that goes. So there was some type of a secret kind of unveiled here in this relationship. So it's almost like you're kind of withdrawn no matter what, whether you're in a relationship here or you are still single. You recognize potential in this next relationship or the relationship that you might hit head on, but you're withdrawn, definitely. And you feel like you've been waiting for this person. You feel like the wait might be over, and your perception is very much growing when it comes to this next individual that comes into your life. But this withdrawnness is something that you're going to take as an issue, and this is something that you move forward with, and it can create a little bit of an issue. Okay. Okay, so the likely outcome here, or potential outcome, is just kind of you being spontaneous and kind of like leaping around like a fool. So there is 2 major arcana cards. So this person will make a dent in your life. It'll be some kind of a shakeup in your life. But this relationship comes with a lot of choices, and there's a lot coming your way. There's falling in love. You could end up at a crossroads with this individual, but those are likely outcomes. But the potential here is for you to just kind of like leap into this situation with this individual. It could even be a Gemini. You could be just jumping in this, not actually like looking at the entire picture, just kind of being spontaneous and doing it, kind of being a fool about it, just like a playful individual, yet you still have those issues that are with you that I just told you about, being withdrawn and, you know, kind of like knowing that you kind of were dealing with something that was not fulfilling you, and it created a withdrawn feeling inside. Well, that's still there, even though you feel super spontaneous and you want to start a new beginning with this individual, this maybe a Gemini, because I feel like this is more in a relationship now. I feel like in the beginning it was a new beginning, definitely, but as of now, this likely, yeah, you're definitely kind of in the midst of it. Yeah, you're definitely too spontaneous when you jumped in, because you were not thinking about all of the issues that you should have worked on, or you were too busy being withdrawn. All right, Capricorn in a relationship. We're going to move on. Okay. All right. My throat. I feel like I have the COVID. I do. I feel like I have the COVID, or like my body is trying to fight something. And it just feels really gross because it like won't fully come on. All right. We're going to find out a little bit about you and a little bit about them, Capricorn, as far as the relationship goes. We're going to find out a little bit of advice from the tarot and a likely or potential outcome. It's so nice when tarot gives advice. I love it. Full of advice. Okay, so this for you, super new beginning when coming into this relationship. So you're in a place where you just have a lot of ideas, you're super creative, and it's almost like this person in you who could be fire sign, could be an air sign, could be an Aries. This person that you were dealing with helped you take on a new role, whether that was creatively, you might have taken on a new role as like a boyfriend or a husband or a girlfriend or a wife or both or whatever. But you know that in this role, you were able to express, you were able to kind of like be a leader or maybe like be vocal, but it was very much the beginnings of kind of like an enterprise, beginning of a relationship, just kind of planting the seeds, just, you know, acknowledging and growing and just hopefully just examining the seeds before you planted them and taking this new role on and really growing together. But they were in a creative block, so, and they had quite so their dependence on others or someone being dependent on them has been an issue. And their self-care is always needing to be checked on. So maybe some type of an addiction or coming out of an addiction, but they really need to focus on themselves and they know that. And when there's a creative block, it's something of an alarm for them. And they have body issue. I think your past one had a body issue too. Which, I mean, don't we all? I feel like we all kind of have an issue with our body. Only again, because, you know, we let society run us ragged. And then we're standing in front of a mirror and then we're like, what's wrong with me? Why am I this way? So I feel like we all kind of have a body issue. So the relationship though, overall, okay. So it's like, you know, you're coming in here, Capricorn, with a lot of creativity. You're on a positive note. You feel like this is a new beginning and this and that. And it's almost like you're newer version of something. This individual is just an older something. Not like old in years, but like soul, they're drained, they're ran down, they're over it. They've dealt with something really heavy and it's something that affected them in an empath way and they are intuitive and maybe it's something that just didn't, you know, whatever your life was hasn't affected you greatly in that sense. Because I feel like you're like a new shiny and that's what I'm getting intuitively. And they are like somewhere along the lines of just like, they need a minute to breathe. Yeah. Cause they're dealing with loss and they're not doing it very well. It's almost like they look like they are, but they're not. And it bogged down emotionally. So they're definitely bogged down. Within the relationship, it's just creating this really withdrawn feeling in the relationship. Let's find out a little bit of an outcome, maybe some advice in the situation. So they wallow in that pain as well. So just continuing to like keep that faith, that hope, that even that naiveness, the cute and adorable childlike. Almost knocked down my camera. Anyway, so that is the advice here, is just to keep the faith of the Fool alive in this relationship. Keep that new beginning feeling and just keep walking with it into this relationship. The likely outcome here is definitely kind of finding yourself in a free financially. That could be in this new role that you inherited. Some wealth, maybe a little bit of status, who knows? But there's a lot of grace in the situation, a lot of grace in this relationship. You become a little more self-disciplined, which is always helpful for Capricorn. Let's find an outcome. It's like, yeah, let's talk about the relationship though, Tarot. Yeah, I know. So there will be a lot of delays in the relationship. There will be a lot of frustrations. The passion project, again, is coming up. So there is some kind of a passion situation going on here. It's very scattered, the relationship, though. So the outcome is scattered. Yeah, so concerns in the relationship decrease, but the relationship, there's someone who doesn't care in the relationship. They don't want to ignore their inner self, and their self-care is very vital to them. And that is something that begins to grow, is that ignoring of the inner self-talk. And that has a lot to do with when we are dependent on others in a relationship. And it did talk a little bit about the dependence on other in this relationship as far as our Empress goes in reverse. So when we're dependent on others, we start to lose sight or lose hearing of our inner talk or heart logic. And it could even be you who doesn't care. But mentally, it's just like, concerns here. So it won't give me an outcome card. It's very scattered. It's very unfocused as far as that goes. But like, good luck with that, Capricorn. And hopefully that takes a nice little turn for you. And if that does not resonate, hopefully, again, throughout these entire readings, you guys can all take intention from them and pull from them. A very large, universal experience that we all deal with, just like in a very personal way. Hopefully you can pull from that intention and kind of run with it whenever you need it. Okay. What are we on next, Capricorn? Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius singles reading now. All right, Aquarius singles. We're going to find out a little bit about the past love ship and some things that you're just bringing along with you and just kind of creating some roadblocks with because of the pain from it, the scarring that you just don't want to deal with, really. Okay, so this relationship was very quiet. Like, it wasn't very talked about. There was a lot of focus within this individual that you were dealing with. This person you were dealing with was a water sign, could be a fire sign also. But the outness of this relationship was in a place kind of almost in the middle of things, really. Kind of in like the first part of the growing period. But everything was always looked at as if it was calm and everything was fine, and it never really was. And this individual was very disciplined, very sturdy, very mentally strong, emotionally just wouldn't really budge much. They're too focused. And they were quiet about your guys' joy. They're very, very quiet, very still. But on the outside, everything looked fine. So we're going to find out. Somebody that you're dealing with definitely had like a modest lifestyle, modest financial status and everything. So some things were coming about. For the efforts that were being said were there. So the things that were there, and it was being said that your relationship was fine, everything's good, and you know everything's calm on the home front. For those gains, for those like accomplishments, you have to have some type of effort in the situation. And when we don't put in that effort, that is not what happens. And basically, what happens is it falls apart because life is not that simple. But the way that you're making it seem is that it is simple. And this could be them. I feel like it's them. It's their sign. It's that fire sign again. Life is just not that easy. And it's almost like because this new information keeps coming in, it kind of keeps disrupting things. But this person is trying to state that everything's good on the home front, but it's like there's no effort there. So it's almost, so the stalling or the resistance to actually be in that relationship has put you in a really weird state of indecision. Your indecision and your delay is definitely something that is kind of keeping you from moving forward now. Only again, because you don't want to get into a relationship where everything is fine. Everything's good. We're doing great. And you aren't. The information that you kept learning kept causing that resistance, kept causing that delay. And odds are that there was a decision and it never was made. I don't know what that means. But now there's a huge position in your life that is being plagued really by low energy, self-doubt. You feel powerless. Even if you were to get into a relationship, you're just in a place where you're vulnerable and, you know, you're a little insecure. You just don't want to deal with anything right now. And it causes aggression. And this is kind of moving some issues into your movement forward. So potential future, though, is you'll get into a place where you're graceful again. You will get into a place where you find yourself in a status. And this is almost here. You'll be, you know, you're going to be working on that financial stuff. You're going to be working on freedom, but successfully overall, self-discipline is going to take over and you are going to allow it. And you're going to be successful for it, Aquarius. And this is with or without a love interest. And it just so happens in the success, when you hit the success, whom you are with, it will show the evil side of money. So you will see the evil side of money because of the person that you're with. Good or bad, I'm not quite sure how that resonates with you. But this will open up a whole portal of things for you, especially when dealing with this individual. It'll alter the course, yeah. It could be a fire sign. Earth sign. This individual is definitely emotionally erratic. They have a lack of confidence. So your confidence and your success will kind of make them run around erratically. Just feeling as if their things, their life, their greatness is behind them and woe is me type. But you will have an expectation and this will achieve that wealth for you. So just keep saying yes to everything that is enterprise, financial, dollars, coins, bags, you name it. If it's fucking that leprechaun from the rainbow and he has gold, yes. Yes, him. Yes, yes, yes. Go on a date if you have to. Just say yes. All right. Moving forward, we're going to get into our Pisces singles reading. Non-singles. Excuse me, I just did singles. What am I talking about? Non-single. No, singles, yeah, because we just did Aquarius. What am I thinking today? We are on our last zodiac sign, so that is a plus, and then I'll be able to let you run rampant. I'm going to give you guys your reading for your Pisces non-singles. Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll just get it out of the way, and then we'll do singles. One more. I feel like we have one more here. All right. Let's find out about them and you. Alrighty. So this is a new relationship. You're in love. You feel like this is love. You feel like it's true love. You feel like there's nothing undivine here. You feel like this is the ultimate new relationship. But this is definitely a love thing. And this is with a water sign again. They're trying to be realistic and, you know, they're trying to allow their options to be there and be realistic with the options that they have. So they do have a choice to make. It could be between you and somebody else. It could be you and their job. It could be the fact that they need to move to be around you. Whatever it is, allow them to make it. They do have wishful thinking, so it's not like too terrible. So the holding back in this relationship is really large, only again because this is already kind of in the, you have an illusion. I'm so sorry. I don't want to give you this reading. Okay, so you keep making excuses for your partner, even though your partner's over here like, I'm realistic, but they have a bunch of options and choices that they need to make a decision with, and you're over there thinking this is true love. And you think this is a new beginning. But this card, 10 of reverse, is being a huge indication that you're lying to yourself, and you're actually at the ending. This is the wrong choice for you. This is the wrong choice for them. And you're holding back. You're holding back because you're covering your eyes and you're not seeing it, even though you have free will to uncover and you have free will to see the good and the bad. You're just trying to see the good. Well, that's not going to take you very far because they're not just good. Nobody is. So basically what this is just implying is that make this just like a passion type of relationship. This is not a love ship. This is a passion relationship. This is just a little bit of, this is a little nibble. And that's it. Could have even been a one night stand. I don't know where we're at here with this, but you are wasting your time. So you're scattering all your energy around this individual when in fact, it's just going to be frustration one after another. And it is. It's, I mean, these are all reversed. So this is definitely something that is not going to continue. Okay. Just like I said. This means there's a secret. A secret is going to tell you the wait is over. You are going to get withdrawn. They might withdraw immediately and you might become withdrawn. So your potential future though is that they're, you know, you're going to recognize what's happening here and you're going to see, because your perception is going to grow from the truth that you're being, you know, somebody's going to throw some truth at you, whether it's them, the person they're fucking with, or the people around you who are like, hello, wake up, wake up, wake up before you go. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to do that reading. I really didn't want to. That's not something that I like to do. I don't like to just go around bashing divine love dreams. I don't like doing that, but I have to. I have to tell you what these cards say, and sometimes they're not friendly. But it's only to wake you up. Wake you up before I go. So wake up. And that goes for all of you. When you are digging somebody and you think they're just really rad, it's usually the pieces of you that you see that are good in them. You're actually kind of digging yourself in the beginning, okay? I'm not going to lie. It's just your inner dialogue, your inner logic or experiences that you kind of press onto an individual in the beginning. But I'm not going to lie, it kind of is like you're loving on your own self. But you really need to see the other things to them, the other sides to them. But again, we don't see those things until later in the future. But it's so nice when somebody makes a decision and a choice immediately like your person will. All right, we're going to move on to singles. So we're going into our singles Pisces reading. Okay, let's get it started. All right, let's find out about your past relationship first. And kind of what did they do? What they do to you? And what are you working with here? So you had somebody who was very responsible, very mentally clear. They were a very focused individual. They were very much a water sign. it's almost as if they had no adult responsibility, though. So they didn't really have a responsibility, and maybe you did. They're overly sure in the situation also. They're very confident, warm, exuberant. Vitality was their name. Let's find out what's going on here. Maybe their adult responsibility was the fact that they were with you. Because it was almost a, you know, they felt as if they were right near the end or something. Or maybe you felt like you're right near the end, right before you get married or something. Either way, they left the situation. They left the responsibility of it. And left you kind of in a place where money is lacking, and you get to see the evil side to money because of this individual. So this dumpster left you in the thick of money issues. That's what's happening here. And now that's what you're carrying with you. That's what you're moving forward with. That's a roadblock, definitely. That is an issue that you are definitely having to carry with you. Could be an earth sign also. Water earth sign. So because of the relationship, though, you just continue to blame somebody else for the situation. So it's like you're unable to move on. And when you're unable to move on, this really plays some havoc in your life in general. But it puts some issues into that moving forward energy. So the potential outcast here, outcast? I don't even know anymore, is that you're emotional and you're in a place of physical. You feel that emotion physically. You're very heavy and you're kind of retreating and hermiting from people. This is Four of Swords upright, and this inwardness, you just keep going inside. You're not feeling it right now, and that's fine. This is your potential outcome. So you're just kind of like in the beginning stages of recovering from this breakup, or this person who left you kind of in the thick of it, the money issues, okay? So just heal. Do that self-care. Take and acknowledge that you're burdened and you're emotional and you're dealing with the financial brunt of it. I don't know what all that is, but there was some sort of adult responsibility and they kicked it over and took off. And then underneath that kicked over, they left you with a pot of no gold. Might have been that leprechaun. A-rot. Sure will. What do you want to know, Gemini? Because I do have single Geminis, but if you have like a specific question, we can go from there. Okay. Perfect. What kind of reading do you want? Gemini. All right, this is for single Gemini. We're going to do a reading, personalized reading, personal reading bot. So we're going to squeeze Gemini 82 into the live reading so that you can all watch and wonder. I'm a free bird enjoying life, they say. A free bird. Aren't all birds free? You know what I mean? Like there's jailbirds, but they're actually not birds. So I'm thinking that most birds are actually free, except for the ones in cages. I think the majority of them are free, though. All right. A free bird that enjoys life. Nothing like being a free anything. All right, let's find out what's working for Gemini and what's not working for Gemini. my Knight of Cups upright, so some water element here. Some more water element, water 3 upright. So some things that are working for you currently is you just kind of being romantic and just creating kind of a sensitive, loving vibe, energy, maybe an illusion even sometimes, or shading the truth in a sense. So it's almost like you're pretending to be Rico Suave, you're pretending to be, you know, a gentleman, but it's something that does work for you when it comes to dating. So this romantic, sensitive character that you play, because, you know, we don't always feel like that. We only do that like when we go on dates. We dress our best, we put our cologne on, we put our perfume, makeup, whatever. We sass it up. But really, like, you know, 2 months later, we'll be in sweats and we'll smell like beans. Okay, so that's just something that sometimes does go, you know, kind of moves around like that. But again, we always put on like a mental picture for the person to remember when we go on a date with them. So maintain that is what these cards are indicating. Just kind of embracing that. Some things that are not working for you when it comes to dating is being friends. Trying to unite, trying to trust others at the moment. Just, you know, don't allow them too much. And there's also trying to discover any common goals with other people. Because, again, we keep making ourselves an illusion or an image when we're going on dates. So we're not even these people really sometimes. So just remember, though, what's not working for you is the things that you're going on your dates with. So the community that you're putting yourself into, or, you know, that you're trying to be embraced by, that's not working for you. And this is just something that you've started doing. So some things that you could work on would definitely be something of trusting your intuition, getting into your spiritual side, really working on being that empath, that loving person. And that, again, almost these are all waters. It's crazy. Health is a concern, so make sure to check in with your health. Maybe go to the doctor, maybe go to the dentist. Go check in with your doctor, go get your blood work done, whatever you need to do. Maybe go to the gym, maybe that it's talking health or fitness. Yeah, just kind of nurturing yourself and allowing yourself to grow so that you can fill in where the gaps are, where you need to put compassion. Potentially, though, there will be an important message that does end up coming up here pretty quickly, actually. I would say in a few months even. Some truths or, you know, some things that you thought were not there. So it's almost like a quick movement or quick, fierce, important messages that you were not even thinking existed. But you want to make sure that you're thinking clearly when you deal with these messages, and then you act. So when you see the truth or you see the reveal or whatever it is, this could be, you know, from all the way from legal issues to relationships to, you know, knowing the age of your animal. But you want to make sure as fast as it came in is as slow as you take your time actually focusing on thinking about it, nailing it down, and then dealing with it, making action in that sense. Right. We're not just me. We all have an ego. Ego goes with us on dates usually too. We talk about all these real things about us, but it's like, again, is that Jordan or is that I? Like, our ego runs rampant, and it's not a good or a bad thing, really. I mean, when you're on a date, it's like, who are you going to talk about? Your inner voice? Like, they don't want to go on a date with that. Okay, so there is a closed-off partner or some type of hostility, someone being passive in a situation, and that does need action. But it is surrounded by aggressiveness. It is in the ends of things. So whatever that means, that could be anybody around you. That could be somebody at work. It could be somebody in the family, somebody in your community, somebody that you talk to just in general on the phone, maybe a relative. librarian, who the hell knows? But whatever it is, just try to create a soft energy around you, because this is a forceful energy. They're very passive. You won't really know that they're doing it, and they are aggressive. So check in with that. And that is a air sign. Anything else you want to know? Yeah, so you are also at the beginning of a new transition. So you're in the ending of a cycle, but you're in the beginning of a new one. Kind of in the middle. Death card. One of my favorite cards, oddly. All right. And again, you should always be you, but remember that whoever we are, even our jobs, that is a part of the ego. I'm a tarot reader. That's not who I am. I'm not a mother. I'm not Jordan. I'm not Hangman Tarot. I'm not a yoga teacher. Those are the things that I do. Those are the things that those are my things that I do. I am I. Like, there's a soul within me. That is covered up by ego. Ego has a bunch of different names. And when we say ego, it doesn't mean evil. Pretty much. Pretty much. I don't know how else to explain that, but it's one of the good ways to explain it. I mean, we are these people, obviously. We've gone through certain experiences with these outer shells and these bodies and these things that we, employ throughout the day. But it's like, that is what I do. This is my name, Jordan. This is the name I was given, but this is not who I am. So it's like hard to explain. It's something I don't even really understand. So if that makes sense. But not fake, like we're experiencing the physical form. But our soul is not the yoga teacher or, whatever. Those are just the things that we do while we're here. And we're not going to tell our date, hey, told the ego to take a hike and I want you to get to know the soul. They'd be like, check, please. You are your soul. I am I am I. Yes. So yes, I am my soul. But we are experiencing, our soul's experiencing things through the physical form. So we're experiencing this life in the physical form. We are not our physical form. We are not the things that our physical form does. We are not our experiences. We go through those things. Yes, we are attending this physical life, this human life, but that's not who I don't know how to explain it. It would not make us crazy. It does, actually. In fact, I think that's kind of what an awakening is like a reveal to all these illusions that we were under. It's like, we are not this. Then what am I? Like, who's in my brain talking? Is that my soul? Or is that my dialogue? Is that my inner experiences? What is all that? Memories? It does. It makes people crazy as hell. Definitely. I think a lot of times people will start having panic attacks when they start awakening. They will have anxiety. They will have times where they just don't even understand what is going on. They'll feel like they're kind of like going in and out of different realms, and they'll feel like shifts, and they'll feel like the world's fake all of a sudden. And like all of these things are just, and you're very sensitive and aware. We're not happy when we wake up. Like, it's kind of it's hard on the person and the soul, whatever. All right, Gemini 82, you have strained my brain enough today. I'm going to get off here. I want you to all go check out Hangman Tarot YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit subscribe. You will run into a little bell. You're going to ding that bell so that you can get all notifications from Hangman Tarot. Again, I am Jordan. I am Hangman Tarot. And I want you to go check out all those social media links. Go check them out in the description box. You can share, like, and follow them. Especially if this resonates for you, I would definitely like to see you again. If it doesn't, please try to find some sort of intention. Also, go check out all those new celebrity readings. I will be posting more. I did just get another request for Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber's marriage as of currently. So yes, I will be getting that posted for you. And for those of you who did request that, you know who you are. And I did just do Selena Gomez the other day, so that request has been fulfilled. If you have any requests on anybody, I was actually going to do the Logan Paul and his twin brother, or his brother. What are their names? Logan Paul. Do you know Gemini 82? What are their names? Anyway, the Paul brothers. I was very much thinking of doing their tarot cards. I'm about at my wit's end with those two. So I don't know why. One of them just bothers me. I don't know why. I'm sure it's like a Conor McGregor type of thing. He very much bothered a lot of people because he was not like humble, or he wasn't this, or he wasn't a part of the belief system or value system that they thought that he should be. And I feel like that's probably my problem with these two boys. So anyway, I'll get out of here. But I wanted you to know that you can request for celebrity, non-celebrity, drama, controversial. If they're in the media or pop news or anything like that, let me know. I'll do a tarot card reading on them immediately. All right. Well, we will see you later. Have a beautiful Monday.